A wealthy man once told me that money loves water, and it took me years to understand. This was at a mastermind where almost everybody in the room was making at least $20,000 a month, at least, right? And I'll be honest, I actually didn't get it at first, and I almost laughed it off. So I asked him, what does that even mean? He leaned in. I said, I kid you not, water moves, money has to too. If it just sits, it slowly dies. And at the time, I thought maybe he was just trying to sound deep. But years later, I realized it was the most honest financial lesson I have ever learned. Because I've actually seen what happens when money sits still. I started thinking, and I thought of the man who did everything right. He saved every dollar for safety. He worked hard. He never invested it, and he never learned anything new, never learned a new skill. He kept his money perfectly still, and inflation quietly ate away at it. Then there was another man. Same job, same salary, but he moved his money. A small business, an online skill, a modest rental. Nothing flashy, nothing perfect. He failed, he learned, he tried again, but honestly, he kept his money flowing. And 10 years later, one man complains about prices every single day, and the other lives off of assets he bought when no one else believed in him. Guys, money is like water. When it flows, it multiplies. When it sits, it disappears. This is why in this era, if you have to be present to get paid, you're playing an outdated game. The people that are prospering right now, they're not chasing harder. No, they're not. They're building systems that move for them. So let this be a reminder to you that you didn't even know you needed. Do not let your money sit still. And don't let your life stay stuck waiting for someday. Save this the moment you're tempted to play it safe.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Terrence Carter. TC Talks, TC Fitness. Glad to hear my people back at it again with a new YouTube video. So I do got to show my gratitude and say thank you to everybody that tuned in on the live stream yesterday. Truly appreciate y'all. Today's video, listen man, I'm always talking about the matrix and how we've been lied to and finessed, especially the working class. And no, we're not lazy. No, Gen Z and millennials aren't lazy. All that stuff is a facade, bro. We are going through one of the most highest cost of living in human history, and it's like the world is crumbling in real time. All right. So I just want to express what's going through my mind, right? And these are just my personal opinions. Now, number one, the belief that you have to work hard for money is so fake. That's not a natural belief. You don't have to basically work yourself to the bone just to make some money, just to generate some income. There are plenty of people right now that have the real information that you need, which is how to own assets, how to own real estate in the stock market, how to generate cash flow. They're not working themselves to the bone. What people fear is not having enough. So what the subconscious mind does is it learns through your repetition and learns through what other people tell you. Some people tell you, go get a job, bro. Go get a job. Go get a job. Like that's the only answer. How many people you know are working full-time jobs and still struggling? It's a spending problem, bro. You spend too much money, bro. Sis, it's an earning problem. Majority of people don't know how to earn income while they're sleeping. Majority of people don't know how to earn income without having to physically work. We've been gaslit our entire lives. It's called it what it is. So I know that there will always be an opposing person that will challenge my opinion or call me lazy. Y'all can say whatever y'all want. But as long as you stay in the system of trading time for money and making somebody else rich and wealthy, and you helping them out while they're paying you the scraps, they ain't teaching you how to become a CEO like them. They're not teaching you how to get rich and wealthy and be able to live next to them. They are conditioning your mind, your brain, your subconscious mind, right? They're conditioning you to depend on somebody else outside of yourself. It's truth number one, okay? The second thing is, if you guys listen to podcasts, right? So I've been listening to a lot of Grant Cardone, right? They somewhat give you the answers, but it's up to you if you're going to put in the work. It's up to you. I've been learning a lot about real estate. I've been learning a lot about assets, putting money to work, X, Y, and Z. I teach that on this YouTube channel. I may not always show charts and stuff like that, but the fact that I talk about it is my way of teaching it too, right? I let y'all know that you need to have more than one source of income. Because truth be told, your corporation, your job, is never going to pay you a lot of money, right? So they give you the blueprint. A lot of people that are millionaires, just because you're not with them physically doesn't mean you can't listen to what they're saying. Rich Dad, Poor Dad will teach you a lot. The Richest Man in Babylon will teach you a lot. The Science of Getting Rich. And I'm not saying to block out everything else that's been going on in this world. Because there's a lot of negative things, a lot of corruption, a lot of low vibrational things that's been happening in this world, bro. You know? And the people are internally suffering. We got to deal with a system that's not for the people, right? We have to deal with a lack of jobs, right? Where they lie about the job numbers, you know? I'm trying to fix the camera, my bad, y'all. They lie about the job numbers. We have to deal with us that's even, you know, excuse my jacket, I know it's kind of dirty, whatever. Us that's even working full-time jobs, we got to deal with the lack of wages. Wages haven't moved in years, you know? But we as the people living in America, the working class that's keeping this system going, we have to, when we get money, put it into an asset as fast as possible. When we get money, put it into another asset. Catch and shoot, like NBA 2K, you know? Because that's the only way we're going to learn how to escape this plantation. Now I want y'all to tell me, how many of y'all is honestly happy at your job? You love your job, you will do this for the rest of your life. This is your calling, this is your passion, this is what's going to make you rich and wealthy. Not many people. You know? So, what I've learned from the last podcast that I was listening to was you need to have a target that you're trying to reach. You need to grind things out, right? You need to, like I tell you often, learn how to make money outside of the job, right? And I told y'all in the live stream from yesterday, my focus now is cash flow. Why? Because I need the cash flow. Especially if I'm going to leave this job or resign, I still need cash flow. You understand what I'm saying? I'm building on the YouTube channel. I'm showing up every day. You know? I'm in the markets. I'm taking action. I'll tell you a lot of the same things, but it's to get your subconscious mind to understand that we learn best through repetition. I'm not one of these people that's going to sit there and say, money is real evil, money is this, and have all these negative beliefs about money, because I've never met a happy broke person. A lot of our stresses come from money. Lack of it. 40 hours a week. You get paid every 2 weeks. You look at your paycheck. You like, what is this, bro? You expect me to live off of this for 2 weeks? Why? Because of jobs. Jobs are cheap. They want you to be viewed as cheap labor. So we got to open our minds to the truth, and we have to be willing to think about what's in our best interest. Because nobody cares. Nobody cares that you worked hard. Hard work doesn't equal results. I could work super hard for this company. Does that mean they're going to pay me more? No, it doesn't. I got to work hard in my business. I got to grind it out. I got to keep showing up, day in and day out, being consistent, outworking the old version of myself, staying uncomfortable. A lot of people fear the unknown. I don't know what's going to happen if I invest my money. Well, guess what? You know what's going to happen if you don't invest your money? You're going to get cooked by inflation. You know what happens if you don't invest your money? Guess what, buddy? Cost of living going to keep rising. People saying that the dollar is losing its value. No, your purchasing power, the amount of items that you can purchase with the same amount of money, it goes down. They're not going to stop printing money. They don't care about how you feel. They don't care if the rent is too high, your electricity bill is too high, your water bill is this high. They don't care, bro. They don't care about us, bro. Like, we got to get that through our minds, in our brains. They don't care. They would never care. They're not going to be like, okay, we're going to make sure the American people is okay. No, bro. It's real life or some Hunger Games, everybody for yourself, you better figure it out type of vibes. I don't care if you don't like your job. You don't like your job, go try to find a new one. Oh, wait, there's no jobs hiring. Now what you about to do? Oh, now you're forced to stay at your job even though they're not paying you enough money, because how you going to live? How you going to survive? But majority of people are learning how to get into sales, which is something I want to do for myself. I got online products and I'm trying to sell, but I have to create new ones, right? Monetize the YouTube channel. It does what it does. And keep stacking assets. Keep being a better steward, because I'm not perfect. You know? Another thing I want to tell y'all is that you're not about to save your way to wealth, bro. You can save every dollar from now until the end of time, bro. You ain't gonna get wealthy. If your money is, if you're just saving the money and it's not making you no money, how you about to beat inflation? How you about to beat the cost of living rising? All you're gonna do is just have a higher savings account. That's cool. But rich and wealthy people understand this. They know how to multiply the money. They know how to put the money to work. The banks don't. Bro, do y'all understand that the banks use your money to make more money? Or they loaning out? Do y'all realize that? But majority of people in the working class, you get paid, the money goes back out. You don't even focus on paying you first, bro. Realistically, how many of y'all pay yourself first? First thing you do when you get some money, I'm gonna pay me. The GOV already takes from you because they don't give a I don't want to cuss. They don't care. I will always stand 10 toes with us, the people. I will always keep speaking the truth. I will always keep saying the things that people are afraid to say, bro. Because we are living in a world where it's rigged against the working class, right? How do you work and you get 75% of your check or 70% of your check for those that pay 30% in taxes? Why is that? It's rigged. And I will always be in an uproar. I would never feel like, oh, it's okay, we're okay. No, we're not. The thing that we have to do is figure out the game. It's gonna feel like a lonely journey. It's gonna feel like you're behind. You're gonna feel like you're playing catch up. But with all this information that they have out right now, you either apply the information or you don't. You either invest your money or you don't. You either learn how to cultivate some skills outside of your job that's going to help generate more income, or you don't. You don't have a choice, bro. When you got rich, wealthy people running the world, and they want to maintain the power and the control over the masses of people, they're going to make life as hard as possible for you because they don't care. They're out of touch. They're not worried about the price of eggs and the price of milk, and they're not worried about that, bro. They're worried about how can we maintain this control. How can we finesse the numbers? How can we continue to lie to the masses of people? And I'm not saying rich and wealthy people are evil, because they're not, bro. You know? Now, is there some evil people in this world? Absolutely. Absolutely, bro. Not even gonna front to y'all. Y'all see what's going on. I don't even have to say it on this video. Y'all see it. It's all over the internet. And I'm not justifying none of that shit, bro. Because I don't get how them people could get away with that. That's why I will always stand 10 toes with us, the people. Not them, the evil, corrupted, I don't even know what to call them, bro. Soulless beings. But this is just a quick video for y'all. I hope y'all enjoy your day today. Protect your mind, protect your energy, retain your seed. And I'll be back at it with more videos for y'all.